The Redefining Rust Belt series was initially developed to highlight the innovative strategies that so-called Rust Belt cities are using to attract investment and population. Baltimore's plan to increase its population by 10,000 families by 2020 is an example of, it's actually a collection of strategies, and it was the inspiration for the kickoff of the video conference series. Since then, it's been all about knowledge sharing and connecting.
The thing I really like about this event is that it highlights cities that are known for its industrial prowess of the past and how can they leverage the assets that they have here and now towards growing in the future and moving forward.
The more exchanging of information both between cities and then amongst the organizations in the city, so we're not duplicating, and certainly getting better at what we do from learning from others is key.
The community development function of the Federal Reserve System has the ability to convene and to create forums for sharing information and for generating discussion about important policy issues.
It's reinvigorating to see that others are pursuing similar things and that there are successes out there and failures. And what we're doing here in addressing the conditions in Rust Belt cities is vital, and the stakes are great for our cities, for the residents, and for the regions.
We had a wide variety of participants. We had artists, we had educators, and we had entrepreneurs. You know, for example, we had a gentleman who owns a bar that serves hot dogs in Cleveland, but he also hosts, for neighborhood people, concerts featuring musicians from the Cleveland Orchestra. That's just a part of, to me, why this series demonstrates that there is such value in knowledge sharing, and I think in redefining Rust Belt.
I think that schools and education in general are incredibly vital to the future of cities and any community, frankly. When we look at why people choose to live where they want to live, schools are often integral to that choice.
If we are really looking to increase living wage, decrease unemployment, increase educational attainment, how do we get there? I don't see any city moving ahead without a strong public education system.
If we tackle education, then we are able to address so many other issues, such as our blight problem, such as our crime problem, such as the kinds of economic development issues that plague us.
Education is critical. We need to have a well-educated population that is ready for the jobs of the future. And interestingly, the jobs of the future may not all require college degrees, may not all require working in a factory, but maybe some combination of those two, where you have highly technically skilled people who are computer literate, who read well, can do math. The job market is going to change rapidly, and workers need to be ready to adapt and to grow for those new opportunities.
The Rust Belt Initiative and conversations are really critical for us here in Baltimore to know that we're not alone, and obviously learn from like cities. But then I think ultimately it should be about building a coalition. I think we'll all benefit from that.
Finally, I have this sort of naive goal of one day having schools in most cities being overcrowded, but not because they don't get enough funding, but because the people, they're so good that everyone wants to go there.